We are live. We are live. Let's make sure everything is good and sound. Let me know where you are watching from. It's always good to know where everybody's from, and let me know if we have sound and everything. I'll just check on my phone. But all is good, I believe. Yes. So we'll get on with it. There we go. We've got sound. Beautiful. So we're talking about short form content and how that is going to influence our live streams. So if anything we say, or if this is relevant to you, then drop an emoji in the chat and we get to know that as well. I'll turn that down so we don't lose anything on there. But yeah, so let's start with something honest. Have you noticed how people, they don't leave the streams like they used to anymore? They don't say goodbye. They don't drop a comment. They just vanish. They do like a magic trick. You're mid-sentence, numbers look decent, and then suddenly viewer count just dips. And nearly always happens right about the same moment, minute 7. Here's the important thing. It's not because your content is bad. It's because attention has changed. That's right. So, what should live streamers do when this happens? Well, attention hasn't vanished. It's just become picky. In this live, I'm going to walk you through why short form has rewired people's attention, why live streams feel harder than they used to, and most importantly, how to keep people watching without becoming loud, frantic, or fake. That's right. And again, any questions, please do drop them in the chat. So why does this matter? Why is the shifting of attention? Why has it happened? Well, the real data behind this is that the average attention span on social media is just over 8 seconds. That's not watch time, that's decision time. That's right. People decide in 8 seconds. Nice little graphic there. It decided in 8 seconds. Back in the early 2000s, that number was closer to 12 seconds. People didn't get worse, they just got pickier. Short form content has trained brains now to scan. Is this a new idea? Is this a new angle? Is the new stimulus? So when someone joins a live stream, their brain is silently asking these questions. Is this relevant? Is it relevant to me? Is it changing? And am I involved? This has a real effect on your live streams. This is where live streamers often misdiagnose the problem. And I've done this myself when I say people, they don't watch long form content anymore. People don't watch television like they used to. People's attention spans are too short. That's not exactly true. In fact, people don't tolerate unstructured content, unstructured long content anymore. Does that make sense? And again, if anything I say does make sense, then please do drop it in the chat or drop those questions or emojis in there as well. But yeah, people don't want long form, long structured. They want it as much information in the short amount of space of time as possible. So the real problem isn't length, it's structure. Now that's a sentence I never thought I'd be saying. Attention hasn't disappeared, it's been trained to expect movement, context shifts, and interactions. As you're seeing with this, there's extra things going on screen to enable it to kind of fire off that dopamine hit in there. So attention, as we said earlier, attention hasn't vanished. It's just got picky. Let that sink in. Now, the 7-minute drop off. Let's talk about this minute 7, because this shows up again and again in studies. And in live stream analytics, you'll find minute 7 is where curiosity fades. The novelty just wears off. The brain checks in again. And if nothing has changed by then, same camera, same tone, same pace, the brain just goes, yeah, I've got this. The unconscious mind, as the history knows, the unconscious mind, if it already knows it, it will preempt what's happening. And if it knows it's already there, it's going to go, yeah, I know this. Stephen Healy's in the house. Stephen, how are you, good sir? Hopefully you are well. So yeah, the 7-minute drop off, it's really important because that time is just, if you've lost them by then, you're going to lose them. And so minute 7 is where lives die. This isn't failure, it's biology. Once you understand that, you understand that you can design around it. You can structure what works in a short form world. Lala's in the house as well. Oh, we have got royalty in the house today. We've got Stephen Healy and Lala. Lala, you must be really excited on the countdown to your big day as well. So structure. Structure is like short form didn't kill it. It helped people raise their expectations. So instead of thinking, oh, I need to talk for 25 minutes, change your mindset and think, I need to guide the audience's attention for 20 minutes. Think about what they're going through. Susan Gilliam's here as well. Hello, Susan. Hopefully you are well. So think about what your audience is going through and how you can guide their attention for that amount of time. Nobody likes to go through like death by PowerPoint. Think of your live streams as being the same. How can you direct their attention, keep it fresh, keep that dopamine going as we go through their live? If that makes sense and anything I say makes sense, then please do let me know in the comment section. Live streams that structure. What's the simplest way to do that? Clear chapters. Clear chapters so you have an idea of what's going on. It structures your live and it lets the audience know what is going on as well. It stops you from going off on a tangent and, don't forget, greeting your guests is different. So don't think of it as in monologues. Think of it as segments. Why attention drops, what viewers actually want, practical tactics that they can use today. And when people know where they are, they relax. You're guiding them along that way. Dan says, I'm no good at structure. Dan, you have a structure. I don't know what that structure is, Dan, but no, you are very structured in your lives and you're consistent with them as well. And that's important. The audience has an idea of what's going to happen, but then you keep it fresh by being chaotic. Structured chaos, I think, is the best way to do it. And the hypnotists in the room will understand when I talk about, pattern interrupts. Pattern interrupts don't mean chaos. They mean change. Because the brain notices those change before it judges quality. There we go. That's why pattern interrupts really matter. Because if you change something, even something small, that change can be a layout switch. It can be comments on screen. It could be bringing up a graphic. It could be anything. You don't need to be super flashy. A quick recap, a simple question. You're not being flashy. You're feeding attention the way it's trained to respond. And again, the more you do that, the more the dopamine is associated with that feel-good factor about your live stream. Again, if this makes sense in the comment section, then put a applause emoji or a heart emoji just so I know. Engagement. Engagement, build it into your flow. Ask questions. One of the biggest mistakes I see creators do is they save the engagement to the end. And I get it. We've been taught that, at the end of the day, if we do this thing at the end, if you stay tuned till the end of this stream, you'll get this amazing takeaway. You'll learn this amazing tactic. But don't just save that for the end. And that sounds daft, but have mini rewards, like little wins. Short form has trained people to interact constantly. Live streams need to match that expectation. Ask small questions regularly. Participation resets attention. If someone's involved in something, if they've asked a question, they're eagerly awaiting the response for that. And when they get that response and you put the comment on the screen, it gives them that dopamine hit. So our live streamers need to do things differently. Put it together into a short form world. Attention is earned repeatedly, not just once at the start. Mini wins throughout, visual variety and repetition in different formats. Do it what you say it. Bring a graphic up that emphasizes that poll. Bring up a lower third as well. A great example of a pattern interrupt in the live is, rather than it just being constantly just me as a talking head talking, then bring up, if I bring that up there, you'll notice that the screen changes. my screen goes smaller over here. The big graphic comes up on the side. If someone's half watching that, and a lot of people, when they are watching live streams or all content at the moment now, they're multitasking. They're watching TV, they're listening to a podcast, they're doing all sorts of things at the same time. So when they see something different happening, it breaks that pattern. So in the context of a live stream, it's just having something, rather than it being monotonous and the same, having something change on screen to break that pattern. Brian says, how in God's name are you awake? Brian, because it's what we do. As a professional, we show up when we need to show up. But thank you, Brian. It was a long travel day yesterday. So yeah. And again, a pattern interrupt is exactly that. You know, we can be on this format and going through the content here, but we can nip out and answer a question and change the pattern. And so it changes the dynamics. So people that are watching have to pay attention. Again, if what I'm saying makes sense, then do let me know in the comment section. If it doesn't make sense, then feel free to ask those questions yeah, to keep your attention on what we're doing here as well. So yeah. So how to work with modern attention. Say it, show it, reinforce it. It's as simple as that. You know, if you're talking to people about something, have something that you can bring up on screen, a graphic. When you talk about visual change beats perfect content. And a lot of us, when we're new to this, we do want everything to be perfect looking, but actually having things that are happening all the time on screen, keep it engaging. I've watched something that's poor quality, but engaging because it makes me feel good. If you can have good quality and lots of visual changes, lots of stuff happening on screen, all of that works as well. And there's some great tools that BeLive has as well, such as the snake, that type of thing. Yeah, by changing what's happening on screen, it helps keep people's attention. It helps those little dopamine hits from keep happening. So people go, oh, right, yeah. A lot of times, especially us as coaches, when we're going live, we are just talking and we allow the content to do the heavy lifting and the work. The reality is people's brains, they need the dopamine hit as well. So think of how you could say your point and then take the major points of that and then get a graphic done for that. And it's not difficult. You can literally get the bullet points of your talk, run it through ChatGPT or whatever AI you prefer to use, and get it to create those graphics. That's exactly what I did for this stream. I gave it the main bullet points. I told them what it was for, and I said, create me some visually appealing, bright graphics that will grab people's attention. If that makes sense, do let me know in the comment section. Hopefully I have kept your attention thus far, and I see the numbers have not dropped so far, so we must be doing well, and we're at 14 minutes, so we've passed that 7-minute dead zone. That's probably because we had the graphics on here as well. So yeah, and that, do you know what, that leads me quite naturally into the next bit, and that's literally, let me just bring that up here as well. I do like working with this, and I've already got it up on my screen, so I'll bring it up. So yeah, that's exactly where BeLive fits in. It helps create that attention. You know, if attention responds to visual change, interaction, on-screen participation, controlling layouts and pulling comments into the show, all of this stuff, it's not an option anymore, it's a necessity. So that's why BeLive helps retain attention. It doesn't just replace good content, it makes attention easier to hold. Absolutely. So think of it this way. Don't think of short form as killing your attention. Think of it as changing it. Yes, Be My Expertise doesn't know how to show them on a live. That's what I'm here for, Susan. The great thing is when you use a platform like BeLive, it's very intuitive and very simple. So I'm literally bringing up graphics, changing titles, doing the live, and doing all of that lot one-handed. One of the great things with this as well is the comments can be brought up on screen single-handedly. It does make things a lot easier. But yeah, as professionals, you've got the content. You know what you're an expert in. And then so something like this then kind of goes, how can I make that more visually appealing for someone that doesn't know what I know. And also importantly, especially Susan, we know lots of people support you within the community. So there'll be people in your community that know the things that you know and still want to watch your lives. So by having these visuals and making it look pretty, it helps them stay engaged as well. Does that make sense, Susan? I hope it does anyway. So yeah, short form doesn't kill it, it's just rewired it for attention. Look at that, another graphic for it. And once you understand that, live streaming becomes one of the strongest formats that there is. It creates longer trust, a deeper connection, and a higher conversion as well. And when I say a higher conversion, you can use things in this platform as well for like I brought up earlier, for live sales, to get people to sign up to your list. You can do things to create engagement. You can create that connection, and all those things are going to make sure that your audience feels good about you going live and wants to watch the next one. Brian says, Grant, you're an expert in one-handed multitasking. Always, Brian. Bless. Yeah, I refute that innuendo, Brian. But yeah, here's the thing, and anyone that knows me knows, my attention is short. I have so much stuff going on. If I'm watching somebody's live, I need it to be snappy. I need stuff to be going on. This rewires the brain. As coaches and hypnotists in the comment section, you understand that as well. This is the stuff that gets people's attention, build rapport, focus of attention, expectation and belief. We all know this as hypnotists and coaches. Apply this knowledge to your live stream. Rather than looking at a spot on the wall or a shiny pocket watch or a crystal, have them see the graphics on screen. Have those graphics on screen be a representative of what you're saying. Have subtitles and titles coming up at the bottom to, again, reinforce what's going on. This way you're getting that message to them on multiple levels and keeping their attention. The mechanics of the electronics need a tutorial. Susan, I will always walk you through that, and do stay tuned for these lives, and do check out the Be Livers group as well. The Be Livers group is a great place where you can go in there and kind of ask questions, share your stuff. But yeah, next time we meet in person, Susan, which is literally, we could have done this a couple of days ago, but I will walk you through this as a platform as well. It just makes life so simple and everything's so easy. It's just there as well. So if you have any questions, do let me know. But yeah, here's the thing as well. With your long form content that you create like this, that's very visual and engaging, it also makes it easier for you when you break those chapters up and then convert your long form live stream into short form content as well. And that's the best way to use this now, is you create a 20-minute live stream and break that down into 5 or 10 short form videos that you can use to promote. And with you having that structure, with you having those chapters so you know each point is on point, and having those visuals, it just makes the edit easier afterwards. Let's jump here as well. Dan says, and remember, this live is brought to you by Snap and Snap, Snappy Snack Factory. Absolutely. Cool. Right, so we've got a couple of minutes for Q&A. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comment section now. But most importantly, here's the thing. If you have enjoyed this live and you found some value from it, here's what I need from you. Please drop in the comment section your favourite emoji, an applause, or a fire emoji. Let's go with fire emoji, because then it'll make me feel like I'm pretty. So if you've enjoyed this and you got value from this, drop a fire emoji in the comment section. It lets the guys at Be Live know that you value these as well. And most importantly, if you're watching this on the replay, then put hashtag replay, and I can come back later and answer any questions as well. I think we are covered. Again, any questions, drop them in the chat. Look at that. It's my Be Live mug as well. Cool beans. Guys, thank you for joining me. It is, I think it's bedtime for me now. In fact, no, I have another live stream that starts in about 10 minutes time. I'm thinking of breaking podcasts into segments to help with clips. Absolutely. Think of it. This is the way I like to think of it. Think of it like dating. You know, your short form content, your long form content. Your short form is like meeting someone for a coffee or a drink. There's no pressure. It's a couple of engagements to see if you get along. If you get along, you move on to the long form content. You go for a meal or something like that. It's exactly the same. You're building that relationship. And the best advert for your long form content is a short clip of it, something that's engaging, something that's snappy, so that people can go, oh, that's really interesting. I want to know more. And that's the best way to tease them. Give them the dopamine hits, make them feel really good about it. And then they'll go, do you know what? I'll invest my time in longer form content. But all of that also works on your long form. Think of it as you're creating it and structuring it. This should be a PHS 27 pre-conference training. Absolutely. Well, to be fair, I believe I will be talking about live streaming at the Michigan conference. Dan, Dan's the man to ask. Both me and Dan are avid live streamers, so I don't want to take any shine if Dan is talking about live streaming at that conference. But there we go. I have some ideas that I can break up, and I'll be on YouTube very soon. Awesome. There we go. Make sure you send it out to your audience when you're on YouTube, and I'll jump on there as well. But yeah, break those ideas up, put them up there. Cool. Guys, that's it from me. Take care. Have a fantastic week, whatever it is that you're doing. And once again, if you've enjoyed this, let me know in the comment section. If not, then never mind. There we go. Well, it's all you now, Dan. My conference is done with. It's now all you, which is amazing, Dan. So Dan, obviously, quick, I'll just give you a plug, Dan, before we do sign off. Dan runs a successful conference, live stream and magazine. He uses live stream as a great way of getting information out there to his audience and for the promotion of the stuff that he's doing. That's how powerful live streaming can be. And so do tune into Dan's live streams. They are always absolutely amazing. Cool, guys. That's it for me. Take care. Stay well. Be awesome. I'll see you soon.